What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. A lot of people have been asking, what am I doing while I'm quarantined? Well, first off, I go between my office and my home. That's about it. And I want to answer this question by giving you 5 things you can do right now to become more successful while quarantined. So if you're stuck at home and not sure what to do, here are 5 things I recommend you start right now. So the very first thing that you must do if you're stuck at home, you're quarantined, and you want to become more successful is wake up early. And here's the reason why I say wake up early. When you wake up early, it kind of makes your mindset shift a little bit. Now you're up, you need to do something, you need to start your day. By waking up an extra hour, maybe 2 hours early every single day, what happens is you get between an hour to 2 hours worth of more work, more productivity throughout the day. And over the course of a week, you're gonna get between 7 and 14 hours every single week that you can put towards your next goal, your business, your house, your family, yourself, your personal health. It just depends what your ultimate goals are. So what I recommend, wake up a little bit early. It doesn't have to be 2 hours early. Even if you just wake up 30 minutes early, that's still an improvement upon your life. The second best thing to do while quarantined for greater success is to create a better daily routine. And I know you probably have done this in the past. Maybe you've written it down, you put it on your phone, or you've just mentally prepared to do this, but you need to actually do it. Here's why. Your old daily routine, it might work, it might be enough. You are continuing to make small improvements through your life, business, health, personal, financial, whatever it is, okay? You're making these improvements, that's great. However, in times like this where you're stuck at home, you're quarantined, and you're not going anywhere, nothing's happening out there in the world that you want to be out there and participating with. So because of that, figure out a new routine. Maybe you just decided, okay, I'm gonna wake up an hour early every single day. Well, guess what? Your daily routine will have to change. And it has to change because you just added an extra hour onto your day. So because of that extra hour, you don't want to be sitting there on your phone, you don't want to be watching Netflix or Hulu, you mess around, playing video games. You want to be doing something to become more successful. Okay? If you want to achieve, greatness in your life, you're never going to achieve that by playing video games all day, by watching TV for 10 hours a day, sitting on the couch, stuffing your face with potato chips. It's just not going to happen. Okay? Create a new daily routine. Now here's my advice when it comes to creating a new daily routine. Grab yourself, a notepad and a pen, and jot down what are all the things that you want to do for the day. Okay? Write it all down. And the reason why you do this, it could be, all right, I'm going to wake up and I want to have breakfast. I want to spend an hour with my kids. I'm going to take a shower and get ready for the day. Obviously, you're going to get dressed in that time. You're going to work out. You're going to spend 4 hours a day on your business. You're going to do this and that. You write it all down, okay? Now, when it comes to creating a new daily routine, what you need to do is after you've made that list, go to the next page and write down what is the most important. Okay, priority number 1. What is it that you have to get done? Write that up first. Okay, and the reason why you do this is once you have your list of, let's say, your 10 things that you're going to do for the day, and you write it all down priority wise, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. What you want to do is you want to take only the top 5 of those things, and you want to place them throughout the day. So, for example, like today, between 11 and 1, I have a video call that I have to do. So because of that, that's one of the most important things I'm going to do for today. So I wrote that down, and then I put it into my calendar between 11 and 1, have a video call. Okay, good. So that's in there. So I know between 11 and 1, that time slot is now blocked. I have something I'm doing for that time. So after 1 o'clock, probably have some lunch, maybe relax a little bit for maybe about an hour, and then I'll get back to doing some work. Okay? Maybe spend some time with my kids a little bit later in the afternoon, so I put that in there, and you just kind of chunk it up there, right? And this is what you need to do if you want to become more successful, is prioritize. Figure out what's the most important thing in your life for that day, and do that thing. Now, most people try to do as much as humanly possible, 10, 15, 20 things a day. Here's the problem with that. Millionaires do between 2 and 5 things every single day. And the reason why they do between 2 and 5 is because they know that the most important decisions that they're going to make need the most time devoted to figuring out what that decision needs to be. So because of that, they make sure they have enough rest, they make sure they are drinking enough water, they're eating right, they are spending as much time as humanly possible devoted to that one decision that they have to make. Okay, so between 2 and 5 things. That's really the most important things. If you have 10 items that you need to do today and they're all highly important, you're probably filling your day with too much stuff. Okay, between 2 and 5 high priority things or tasks, and then push everything else to the next day. The next best thing to do while quarantined for greater success is to spend at least 1 hour per day exercising and making sure you drink at least 1 gallon of water every single day. Now, I've talked to a bunch of people, like I've already mentioned. I do some of these video calls, some of these coaching calls as well, and with that, a lot of people that I've talked to have said, since this whole pandemic has gone on, that they have made some changes. They're starting to exercise, they're starting to do this and that, and it's really becoming a great thing for them. However, when it comes to exercise, most people say, I'm doing about 30 minutes of walking every day. That's great. 30 minutes is still a good amount of time. However, I don't consider 30 minutes of walking, I wouldn't include that into an hour of exercise. I just wouldn't. And here's the reason why. You should be walking every single day. Okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're stuck at home or you're doing your regular job, regular life. It doesn't matter. You should be able to do at least 30 minutes of walking every single day, and don't include that as your exercise. Your exercise should be something that is a little bit more, a little bit harder, a little bit it's bringing your heart rate up a little bit faster. So a speed walk, I'd include that. A longer walk, I'd include that. A harder walk, something maybe uphill, I would include that as well. But just walking down the street, walking back, walking down the street, walking back again, I wouldn't include that as exercise. What I recommend you do is get a resistance band. Okay, something that is not too difficult, something that you can easily do, let's say bicep curls, shoulder presses, lat raises, squats. You can do anything with a good resistance band. And I'd recommend using that and doing like 10, 20, maybe 30 minutes a day using the resistance band, and then spending the extra, whatever time you have, doing some type of cardio, which could be walking, but again, speed walking or a more intensive walk, such as something uphill. And like I said, you need to at least drink a gallon of water. Most people don't drink enough water. I can tell you right now, I used to be one of those people where I would not drink enough water. So I had a solution. What was my solution? I had a gallon of water, and I would put a line right in the middle of it, and every single day I'd wake up in the morning and I had to drink at least half that gallon. Throughout the rest of the day, I had to drink the other half. And then at night, I drink usually a bigger glass of water. And so I made sure whatever I was doing for the day didn't matter. I woke up in the morning, I had to drink at least half that gallon. And I always did this before I had breakfast, and I still do it. But there's times where I need maybe 2.5 gallons of water, on a daily basis, just to make sure I'm not dehydrated. So just think about that. 1 gallon of water is tough for most people. I like to drink about 2 to 2.5. Okay, that's quite a bit. But just figure out what you need. Figure out how much water you should be drinking. Okay, now I'm not gonna give you no formula until you need this or that. I just recommend a gallon of water for every single person out there should be more than enough to get you started. If you feel better and you're feeling more productive, your joints are a little bit looser, you feel like you can move more freely, chances are you didn't have enough water. So increase your intake, see if you feel even better. If you do, continue with that. All right? So that's the next thing that you need to do. Now, the fourth best thing to do while quarantined for greater success is to come up with a side hustle. If you don't know what to do for your side hustle, make sure you go and watch that video right there where I give you 7 unique side hustle ideas you can start right now. The best part about creating a side hustle is you're already stuck at home. Maybe you're not bringing in any money. There's no income coming in, and that's fine. That's this time that there's so many people going through that exact same issue. So because of that, I'm trying to teach more people. Start making money from home. Start making money online. Start making money for yourself. Don't rely on your boss. Don't rely on an employer to make money for you. You go in, they pay you for your time. That's great. But what happens in a time like this where you're not going into work? They're not paying you. Maybe you can't get unemployment. One of those things could happen eventually, and it probably will happen again and again. It's happened before, it's going to happen again. All right? So, this is why I recommend you create a side hustle for yourself. Everybody thinks they are, they're just a superhero, they're, limitless, nobody can touch them, they're unbreakable, and that's not the case. Maybe next year this whole pandemic doesn't go on. Hopefully it's fixed by then, but maybe there's another issue. Maybe the economy's bad. Maybe your employer just doesn't need you anymore. Maybe you're sick from just some common cold and you can't go into work. There's going to become issues later on in life. And if you don't have a side hustle that you can fall back on, that can continue to make some money along the way, the problem is you're going to be down to just one income. If you don't have that income, what happens? Maybe you're married and now you and your spouse both get laid off at the exact same time and you have no income stream. What do? Well, if you have a side hustle, you just take all your time, devote it to that side hustle, and that side hustle now becomes your main income stream. That's what I recommend. You need some type of emergency fund, and that side hustle can create that for you. And the fifth best thing to do while quarantine for greater success is to organize and declutter your home. Here's the reason why I say this. I've been doing this for a while. I've been working from home, working online since 2006. One thing I know for sure is that an organized home, especially a home office, will create more opportunities for you. Here's the reason why. If you have a bunch of clutter, if you have stuff just all over your house, all over your desk, look at my desk, okay? Notepad, have a battery for my camera, an extra battery, and have a laptop. That's it. Actually, I have water sitting down on the floor. That's it. There's nothing else on my desk. And I do this for a reason. I like to have everything clean, clear. It keeps my mind right. My mind isn't all cluttered right now. Okay, it is now because I brought this battery and this notepad a little closer to me, but I'm thinking clearly. It doesn't matter if you're creating a YouTube video, you're working on your computer, you're doing something on your phone. If you can be clear, concise, and efficient with your time, you're going to get more done. So going back to the first thing that I said, wake up an hour or 2 hours early. You can get more done. But this also includes being organized, being efficient, okay? Having an effective use of your time. So if you are organized, you keep your house decluttered, it's going to help you out. Not only that, it's going to show you what you really need in life. Because I guarantee you probably have a closet full of clothing that you never wear. I'm one of those people. I get rid of my clothes, I sell them, and I'm back to just the basics. And you've probably seen that I wear a lot of black, a lot of gray, have a few white shirts. I have a very simple style. I don't change it up much because I don't want to really make my life harder. Okay? So because of that, the first thing I recommend you do is just organize, declutter your home, because it will help you out. Now I know I just went over 5 of the best things to do while quarantined for greater success, but here's one thing that I didn't mention, I'll mention right now, that you must do. Pick one of these. Just pick one. And tomorrow, do one of these things. Maybe you wake up an hour early. Great. Do that tomorrow. Don't do anything else. Don't do anything else that I wrote down or that I mentioned inside this video. Don't do any of that stuff. Okay? Just create one new habit. If it's waking up early, great. You will fill that 1 hour worth of your time with something. Maybe you eat breakfast an hour early. Maybe you start your day an hour early and you push everything a little bit closer. And then maybe you get an extra hour of sleep the next day. That's fine. But start with just one thing. So tomorrow, pick one of these. Maybe you wake up early. Great. Or maybe you decide I'm going to do an hour of exercise and I'll drink a gallon of water. Cool, do that. Okay? Pick just one. Do that for 2 days straight. Okay? It's a 2-day rule. Do it for 2 days straight. And don't stop. Okay? Maybe on day 3 you decide, I don't want to wake up an hour early. That's fine. But at least do it for 2 days straight. And then the next day, do something different. Maybe decide, okay, I'm going to create a side hustle. So then do that. And again, do that for 2 days. Figure out what your side hustle is going to be. Spend the time doing it. And just do it for 2 days straight. That's all I'm asking. Right? So let me know down in the comment section below, which one of these 5 best things to do while quarantined for greater success do you plan on doing? Let me know. Let me know down in the comment section below. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, like always, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.